What is going on, FA Nation? Happy Wednesday and welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS preview show. I'm your host, James Grande, joined by Keith Eister. Keith, happy Wednesday, brother.
Happy Wednesday, man. We got a lot going on here on this Wednesday. Nice split slate day. Got a good morning slate here that we're going to break down, and then a pretty good night slate as well that I will have a playbook out there for, and we'll go live with a show tomorrow for that slate. But breaking down a morning slate here, morning for me at least. We've got Wrigley Wind again. If you faded Wrigley Wind on Monday and got away with it and tried to repeat the process on Tuesday, did not work out so well for you. So definitely lots to get into for sure.
Yeah, I unfortunately I did that in reverse. Well, not reverse. I was a one-time fader. I was a one-time rosterer. I will let you I won't tell you which day I played them and which day I didn't. That's all I'll say. I'll let the folks at home decide. We'll leave it up to you guys.
The demise of Tariq Skubal greatly exaggerated as well.
Greatly
you were
exaggerated.
all over him on Tuesday. He put together a great start against your Yanks, so good to see him back dominating. Sorry,
yeah. I mean, not good to see. I mean, I was talking to my family about this because my son, who's 6 years old, is like starting to get into wanting to like help me build my lineups, and obviously I steer the ship, you know. But he was asking me why I was using Tarek Skubal against the Yankees because like we watch every Yankees game and whatever. I was like, buddy, just like I gotta separate the fandom. I understand. Hopefully the Yankees win 1-0 tonight, and Tarek Skubal has a great game, and that obviously didn't happen. I'm not gonna even. I don't even know. Actually, I don't even know what happened in tonight's game. It's Wednesday, Keith. We don't even talk about Tuesday anymore. 6 games on the Wednesday slate. It is a Wrigley Wind game. We did the old look-see at tomorrow's implied total. It is 12 runs. That is all you need to know what's going to happen Wrigley Field on a given day. You could just tell by the information that we have, right? It's like, okay. Oh, 12 runs. Okay. That said, there aren't any expensive pitchers, and it should be very easy to get to. Now, another thing we talked about, every game basically on this slate has implied totals of 9.5 runs. It's 5 of the 7. I think Texas, Cleveland, and Mets, Blue Jays are the 2 games that are under 9.5. Blue Jays, Mets 8.5, and Cleveland, Texas is 8.5. So every game over 8.5, 5 of the 7 over 9.5. So it is obviously going to be another hot day. It's going to be offensive driven. And as we go over to pitcher, and before we do, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that. We appreciate you guys very much. Peyton Tolle is $9,000. That is the most expensive arm of the day. And then we just have 4 pitchers in the 8K tier. That's it. What do you make of pitcher on this offensively minded day?
Yeah, first glance, I haven't seen a name yet that I want to play. Like it's going to be a rough slate. I think we're in the summer months. We've seen warm weather everywhere. We're seeing massive totals everywhere. So it's going to be hard to find pitching on this morning slate, especially like on the night slate. But totally at 9,000 against Washington. Washington's been the ball against left-handed pitching. Tolle's really good and really talented.
No.
But it's literally the number 1 WRC plus against left-handed pitching. Doesn't make a lot of sense since both their 2 best hitters are James Wood and CJ Abrams, who hit from the left side. Yep. Curtis Mead has certainly helped with his arrival there, but it's a tough spot. He has upside because he can miss a lot of bats, but Washington has struck out. I will say that 23.3% strikeout rate. So while they've been powerful and score a bunch and get a lot of people on base, they have struck out as well. So depending on what else we uncover here, it's a very risky play, but I do think there's upside here.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually seen on back-to-back nights, Ronher Suarez was really good against them, mostly really good. He missed a lot of bats. And then Connolly early before his elbow blew up was really good against him. Um, so, like you said, Tully is a talented pitcher. What gives? Is it a third straight night of good Red Sox pitching, or is it Red Sox starter? Because um, once what's his name left on Tuesday, it was not good pitching for the Red Sox. Um, so it is definitely risky. I mean, Troy Melton has pitched really well. He has gotten really lucky. If you look at all the sabermetrics under the hood for Troy Melton, he has begun to miss more bats. That had been something on his rehab assignment that he was doing a ton of. He was missing a boatload of bats. It is worth mentioning how bad the Yankees have been. I mean, they have lost 6 games in a row. They haven't had more than 3 hits in the last 5 games, or they got there tonight because of the ninth inning nonsense that they had. But they have been like stone cold shut down, worst offense in baseball over the last week. They gave Bellinger a day off. Ben Rice before his home run against Skubal was like 2 for his last 40. What do you think of Melton at 8,700 going up against a struggling offense?
Yeah, you make some good points. Obviously, going into Yankee Stadium is a spot that we tend to avoid typically. But
Yes.
the Yankees are definitely down some good hitters, one being one of the absolute best on the entire planet. So,
Yeah.
slight interest here, I suppose. It's nice to see the strikeouts start to tick back up because that was the missing component for a dude that's missed as many bats as he has coming up through the minors. It was a little bit perplexing to see the strikeout rate way down where it was. Now, swinging strikes are a little bit better at 9.8%, which suggests that there was some regression coming anyway.
Yep.
Maybe he's tweaked some things even further, and he can unlock something to really take the next step from a swing and miss standpoint. So, yeah, I have some interest here. Again, I think it's a risky spot, but 8,700 is an okay price tag. I'm interested.
I just like, man, I don't want it to, I don't want it to be the case, obviously, but it's just been an abysmal stretch for the Yankees. Kremer coming off the IL will probably pass. He's missed a lot of time and gets a really good White Sox offense. I don't know if you feel the same way. I'd probably stay away there.
Yeah, I don't know what the pitch count will be. Seems like an unnecessary risk.
Will Warren, Mackenzie Gore round out your 8K tier. Warren has been slumping quite a bit, and Mackenzie Gore is on the road. He has pitched well, so you have one guy pitching poorly and one guy pitching really well right now.
Yeah, I still have interest in Warren. Depending on how many lefties are in there for the Tigers, which they can get pretty left-handed, which is not perfect for from a matchup standpoint. I do still think there's upside there at the $8,300 price tag. Gore is quite interesting. Cleveland's just not a good offense with Jose Ramirez down and Chase DeLauter down and Martinez still down. Like they're still missing some dudes in that lineup.
DeLauter is back. DeLauter is back
Okay.
for the record.
Good. Still a below average offense on the season
Yes.
against lefties, and that includes a long time with Jose Ramirez. They're all the way down to 85 WRC plus against lefties at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good matchup here for Mr. Gore. Obviously, we prefer him at home in his home park, Elite Pitchers Park, but Cleveland's a pretty good pitchers park too.
Yeah, 85 is good as like a test score, not a WRC plus.
Correct.
I'd be happy if I scored an 85 on a test. Not if my offense if that's what my offensive rating is against left-handed pitching. I agree on your Mackenzie Gore front. Let's go to the next tier because I think this is where things get interesting. We talked very extensively about Joey Cantillo in that Seattle spot. That was we really liked that mid-tier range. I actually almost had a takedown on this slate with Joey Cantillo.
Yep. Saw that you posted in Discord.
Yeah,
Great lineup.
post in Discord. We that was I did go Cantillo and JT Ginn. That was the combination that we
Yep.
had elected to go with.
You won that battle. We had a little heads up debate there.
Yeah, but
I
it
took
wasn't
Ginn.
about.
No, I played a ton of Cantillo too. We
Right.
were both in agreement that they were both elite plays and far too underpriced for their matchups.
Yeah,
but point to ground down on that one.
And there was a lot of ownership elsewhere. It was the Mizorowski slate. That's what it was. It was the Mizorowski
Yes,
slate
and
where he.
Taj Bradley was the chalk in the range, and we
Yep.
both preferred the pivot to Cantillo.
Yeah, and Taj Bradley was pitching well until he wasn't. He did pitch well, but he gave up a 2-run home run, and then, as you can see, Cantillo had another good start. But it's an interesting spot against Texas because they strike out a lot. They do rate out okay against left-handed pitching. What do you make of the Texas Rangers, the spot for Cantillo here against the Rangers?
Yeah, I like the swing and miss. Fourth highest in all of baseball at 25.3% against lefties. That feels pretty good. I'm willing to take on a little risk whenever there is that type of upside. So this looks really good. I think he's my favorite pitcher on the slate that we've discussed so far.
Yeah, and you mentioned swing and miss. 12. He's up to 12.8% swinging strike rate. It's career high. 12.8 is really good.
Yes.
It's a really good number for a starting pitcher.
And we're starting to see it in the actual results too. Back-to-back starts with 9 strikeouts. You love to see it.
Yeah, both pitchers. I think so far the pitchers in this game have been my favorite. I'll say that collectively. Love Mackenzie Gore on the other side as well. Does Freddie Peralta
double dong?
Ooh, Cubs are serving up a lot of home runs in this inning. Javier Assad confirmed better as a starting pitcher.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, back to our current slate.
Back to the current slate. But you are always welcome to tilt a live look in when your team is participating.
I happen to have 2 fade Padres on Tuesday night, and they're playing my team, so that was a double gut punch right there.
Yeah, the two home run inning is not a good time.
No.
What do you make of everything under Cantillo? I mean, we have Peralta. Obviously, his last start was better. Noah Schultz is going to be activated off the IL 7,300. We know he's super talented. Buehler, Alvarez, Ray, Fisher as an opener. I assume he will open Wednesday. They have not given us an announcement on who will.
They DFA'd Woods Richardson, right?
So yes, they did.
Who's the other guy they were using in long relief?
Miles.
Yes. Yep. I think that's who it will be. But to be determined, obviously. Hopefully we get some clarity on that before roster lock. Not that I'm interested in using them at any point, but Peralta's the only name. I take that back. One other one, but we'll get to him. Peralta is just not been that great this season. It's a matchup against Toronto, who's one of the lowest strikeout teams in baseball. Now, McLean did just have a really good outing against this Toronto team, so I'm not ruling it out. Obviously, $7,500 next to Freddie Peralta's name kind of jumps off the page. I wish it was a higher upside matchup, is all that I'll say. He hasn't given me enough confidence that he can miss bats in any matchup to this point this season. Like the swinging strikes are way down. Everything's way down for Freddie Peralta. So I think it's a pass, but I do reserve the right to change my mind on that if I dive a little deeper and find something to like.
Okay. I really think that might be it.
There's no chance I'm touching the Wrigley pitchers. Buehler and Ray are completely out. I don't know what the pitch count's going to be on Schultz. I think we need more clarity there. He has not been able to throw a strike either, which is a problem. The guy that I would consider, if there's nothing else to like, is Andrew Alvarez, just because he's been awesome. Boston is a much better offense against lefties than they are against righties. So I was very much in on Cavalli on Tuesday, and that worked out swimmingly. He absolutely dominated with 13 Ks. But lefties are a different story. The weather's going to be warm again in Boston and humid, which leads to more offense in a very good hitter's park. So probably out, but he's missed a lot of bats and has actually been very good for the Nationals here recently. I just think it's a pretty tough spot for him here.
Has missed a lot of bats, has been good for the Nationals. Also a very tough spot. They also handle his whole like pitch count pretty strangely. I mean, we've seen this across baseball, and the Nationals do it a lot with the way they utilize pitchers and openers and stuff. I mean, 90, 58, 68, 88 in his last 4 starts. Like, tell me when Andrew Alvarez is going to be extended and when he's not. I would love to have like clarity on if there's some type of limit, if there's an innings cap. Like, what are you capping him at? Like with the Rays, I know Shane McClanahan, no matter what, is not going past 6 innings. I know Griffin Jackson, no matter what, isn't going past 5 innings. Like, these dudes are not pitching. They have a plan. With this, I don't know what to do with all this. So that's the only.
Yeah, there's obviously a massive difference between 60 pitches and 90 pitches. So to your point, if we knew, we could make better decisions for sure.
Yes, I would enjoy making better decisions but like there isn't a lot to like, so it is something to monitor. I was trying to look up, trying to look up if the Blue Jays announced anything other than Braden Fisher. I wanted to see, because they are actually pretty good about Braden Fish starts for the Jays tomorrow. That's all. They're not giving us anything else. Oh, is in what's supposed to be Patrick Corbin's spot. So could it be a Patrick Corbin longman situation? Because they moved Corbin to the bullpen, did they not?
They did.
Didn't they say Patrick Corbin's going to pitch out of the pen?
They did, yes. And I don't think that meant in a bulk relief role. I think that means in like a true reliever sense.
Spencer Miles will likely play a big role.
Yeah, I would lean to Miles being the bulk guy here. Just like I said, not that we're interested in using him, but if we want to look at Mets bats, I think that's the information I would operate with is likely Miles.
Okay, let's go to catcher. We only have one catcher over 5K. We only have one catcher over 4K. How do you feel about Dingler and Rutschman?
I mean, Dingler has been incredible.
Unbelievable.
I don't know what to say about him. Warren's been really good against righties as well. So even in his struggles, I think it's lefties that we prefer against him.
Yep.
Good split for Rutschman. I do think that Schultz is really talented, so I don't love the matchup, but it's certainly a fair price. They're both fine. I don't think either one stands out though.
What about the tier below? I mean, Kyle Teal is the first name that stands out to me. They hit this guy right at the top of the order right away.
Yes, and he's a more talented hitter than his $3,700 price tag. Like, he's probably going to be $4,700 by the end of the season. Once he gets fully integrated and rolling again, he's going to be up there near Dingler for sure. I agree. He stands out. I don't even know that I want to click Valenzuela or Kirk, whoever's in the lineup. Not that I'm scared of Peralta at this point, but just there are better matchups, I think, to target. Assume that Amaya will be the Cubs catcher in there a day game after a night game. Kelly played and hit 4th on Tuesday, so probably Miguel Amaya here for the Cubs in the wind. It looks like the clean punt of the day.
Yeah, and if it is Carson Kelly, easy pivot. We're just playing Carson Kelly.
Absolutely, same price. So if you want to build early, build the night before, and then just swap them out when you find out whoever's in the lineup.
Yeah, and honestly, like, same thing goes for the Cubs catchers are better, but same thing goes for Padres. If you want to play whoever,
Fermin,
Fermin. Is Duran? Did they send Duran down? No, he's still up. So whoever the catcher is, you could play them there as well. First base, Pete Alonso, 57. You look up, and Pete Alonso has 20 bombs and 60 RBI before the All-Star break. And you're like, whoa, how did we get there? But here we are. Ben Rice is 55, and Wilson Contreras. Will he get thrown out for a third consecutive game? Is the question.
Oh, what a madman Willie is! Love that dude.
He is actually insane.
He is an insane human.
Did he when he was on the Cubs? Did he also stand as close to the plate as he does now? Has he always done that?
No, he has not always done that. I mean, he's been a guy that got hit a lot in his career, even with the Cubs, but he's never stood absolutely on top of the plate.
I mean, his hands are in the strike zone.
Yes, in the strike zone. Absolutely. He is an insane human. There is video evidence.
Okay. Yes. Well, charging a pitcher with a helmet is definitely insane. Do you have nothing bad to say about any of those players would play all?
Absolutely. Alonso has recently had reverse splits, but in his career has absolutely mashed lefties. So do with that what you will. I don't know what to make of that change in split suddenly for Pete, but he's still a big, powerful dude. I would play him in virtually any spot. Right. Contreras against the lefty looks really good if he can keep himself in check and remain in the game. He would actually be, even as like Rice, you've documented his struggles here recently. Maybe he broke out of it with the home run on Tuesday. Certainly no issue going to him, but saving the money down to Contreras, I think in the spot would be my favorite option.
Agreed. I mean, Contreras has been unbelievable this year, especially against left-handed pitching. Under 5K, we have Miguel Vargas, Paul Goldschmidt, Michael Busch. This is Busch's tier, and that's kind of that.
Yeah, we were talking a little pre-show about Buehler and his splits because for most of his career he was reverse splits, and then he had a year where he was traditional splits. This year he's back to extreme reverse splits, so not the good split for Michael Busch. That doesn't mean that you can't play Michael Busch, because if wind's blowing out in Wrigley and it's almost 90 degrees again, I don't care who's pitching. Just put the bat on the ball and you've got a chance to hit a home run. So like matchup doesn't matter. It's more about the weather conditions here.
Under $4,000, what do you like, if anything?
Yeah, I just have to shout out Luis Garcia real quick. The dude has been insane this season. He's lefty against a very tough lefty. So I know why you skipped over him, but dude's been awesome.
He has been amazing.
Hoskins against a lefty, big time power. Gore can give up some hard contact. Obviously a lot of swing and miss, very risky matchup, but you can chase a home run there. Gavin Sheets is the one that just leaps off the page. This matchup against Colin Ray in windy Wrigley is just made for Gavin Sheets.
Do you think per dollar he's the better first baseman in this game?
I do. Yeah.
I do too.
Just because of the splits, and Ray has given up power to both sides of the plate. I do. And that comes from a huge Michael Busch fan, obviously.
Right. And that's why I asked, because I think so as well. I think you could also make cases for like a couple of punts down here. Romy Gonzalez, notorious lefty masher. We could play him at second as well if we don't want to mess with the first base stuff. Jacob Gonzalez has been really, really good for the White Sox lately. Another one of their top prospects that's just playing every day and is absolutely mashing, because everyone in the White Sox is mashing right now. They put up a lot of runs basically every night. So I wouldn't mind. We'll just, I don't know why they keep doing it, but we'll see Andres Chaparro hit like second again tomorrow.
Yeah, insane. But you're correct, he will. Has he been getting pinch hit for in that role?
Yeah.
Only two at bats, both of the last two. So yeah, I mean that just I know he's almost minimum price, but obviously you prefer to have the 4 at bats.
John decided to give him a nickname, Chappie, and I was like, you can't give Andres Chaparro that nickname. That doesn't work. You just can't. What do we do with Fernando Tatis, Keith?
You just got to play him now. He found the home run stroke.
It's like it's smooth sailing from here, right? Like we're just gonna get prime Fernando Tatis.
Yeah, I mean, gets another fly ball pitcher in the win. Actually, Ray's been a little better with the ground balls. Let me confirm that before. Formerly a very high fly ball pitcher. has made some changes this year. I believe he's still a fly ball pitcher. If my Fangraphs will cooperate here. He does actually have an above average ground ball rate this season. 45% ground balls for Colin Ray. So good for him. Maybe he can force Tatis to the ground and avoid the double dong, but obviously a fantastic spot in the wind.
What else at second? I mean, I think Jazz will be back in the lineup. They had said he was available to play after being, put into concussion protocol on Monday, but he was available to play Tuesday. Obviously, with a blowout, they didn't need him. But I do think Jazz is available. And then I'm just like kind of struggling. I see a clear value play on my board, but what else do you see?
I know who you're going to there. I'll talk about Nico Horner for a little bit. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't touch him right now. This is the good split that you want against Buehler. You want righty. He just looks lost up there. His first at bat, he did have a solid fly ball, but didn't get enough on it to get it out in a very windy game that saw like 10 home runs. He can't do it right now. He's in too much of a funk. You had one Justin Foscue in your lineup that almost took down the single entry, and you wrote up a very nice blurb on him in your playbook about why you play him against lefties. And
we had talked about it that night, and he was projected to be chalky and then ended up not having any ownership on him, and I played him. And it's they led him off against a lefty the other day, and he just keeps hitting. So I don't if that's just going to be what it's going to be, it's something to take note of, right? Wyatt Langford out. Brandon Nimmo is expected to go on the IL. Seager left the game again. They're going to lead Foscue off. As much as we like Cantillo, this is going to be a guy at the top of the lineup. It's kind of a... If you're not playing Cantillo, Foscue's plugged into your lineup and you're moving on.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see how popular Tatis gets, but if he owns all the ownership at the position and you get low-owned Foscue for a couple thousand cheaper, like that makes a ton of sense.
That's a great point. It's a great point. You can play Romy here as well.
Yep.
Jeremiah Jackson got sent down. Anthony Siegler, he is better from the left side. They led him off tonight. If Siegler is leading off again, definitely in consideration.
Yep.
He's been really good for them lately.
Yeah, Cronenworth.
He's so right? Yeah. I mean, he's alive.
He's been awful.
But
he's literally minimum price.
Well, I don't. Is that? Do you remember when Chris Davis was $600?
Oh man, that's an awesome.
Can we redo that? But for Jake Cronenworth, because
Kike Hernandez got that treatment once too. I think that was an accident.
Yeah, the Kike was the accident. Chris Davis was intentionally done by
under minimum price.
Yeah. I get it. I know what you're saying right now.
Dude's has had a very successful career. Has literally been atrocious this season. I mean, OPS under 500. Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, they sent Billy Wagner's son down. OPS under 500.
455 OPS. That is not what we're looking for here in this game.
No. I mean, we'll table that one and we'll talk. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe one day, right? Third base. Miguel Vargas is really good. Kevin McGonigal is really good. Bo Bichette can be really good. Colson Montgomery, it's a pretty good third base. Josh Young, I mean, it's Machado's over 4K and Curtis Mead gets a lefty. Pretty good third base position, and that's typically not something we say a lot.
Yeah, it really is. Vargas has been awesome this season. I haven't looked at Kramer splits this year. I know he has had righty power problems. He's had power problems from both sides in his career. But I certainly am not afraid of Kramer in this matchup. McGonigal is probably my favorite in the range against Warren, who has lefty power issues in Yankee Stadium. That's a notorious lefty power park. So everything lines up here for McGonigal. Bichette in a plus matchup, I would say. And Colson Montgomery just keeps homering. Hit an absolute tank on Tuesday night, up to 21 home runs already. They said he wouldn't continue that pace from last season. He absolutely has continued that.
He
pace.
is absolutely and nobody cares. He's hitting 220. If you have an 800 OPS and you got 20 tanks before the break, like nobody cares.
Yeah.
You're in there to do one thing and one thing only, pal. It's hit bombs. Love the Colson shout. Mead always against a lefty. Always, always, always. He has been so good against lefties. Machado has been much better.
His numbers in June were really good, really good. I noticed that. I wrote him up on Tuesday night. Obviously, I was looking at lefty splits, so I haven't dug into his righty splits as much. But his overall numbers in June, when I broke it out by that split, also looked outstanding. So in a win game, coming off a home run, almost had 2, and even could have had 3, really. Hit 3 pretty long fly balls, 1 left the park. The other was really close. So definitely would play anyone against Colin Ray here. And I might add the bullpen behind Colin Ray. I know they've been lucky in actually getting results. I'm telling you, those are not good pitchers out there behind Colin.
Yeah. You've talked about that a lot. I mean, it's...
Yeah. Like, it fell apart for Assad tonight. It's fallen apart. It's very hittable. Like, it's a rough bullpen for the Cubs. The regression is coming. 195
ISO for Machado. It is literally it's home run or bust basically for Machado, which is actually that's a good thing in the wind. Because he has a 272 WOBA, a 23.5% strikeout rate, but 12 bombs. So a 163 BABIP. That feels like things will change for the better.
Probably
eventually.
Some good regression coming for him there.
Yeah, he'll be incredibly popular, as will Alex Bregman. I do.
He finally homered.
Think he did.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time coming.
He absolutely smoked it. It was not a windblown home run. It was way in the bleachers.
I still would probably rank him behind Machado. You there, Keith? A little laggy on your.
Yeah, I think I was freezing there. I could not hear what you were saying because it was cutting out.
I said, well, one, it's the Fangraphs tabs. RIP.
Let me close those. Good call. I should have never pulled them up.
Dude, my computer does the same thing, so I know exactly I know the struggle you're going through right now. If I open Fangraphs and don't immediately turn on the ad blocker, I'm cooked. I said I would probably still rank Machado ahead of Bregman if I were to rank the two in this game.
I would agree with that. I will say that Bregman's been extreme reverse splits his last couple seasons.
He has.
And Buehler has been extreme reverse splits this season. So it could potentially line up as a perfect matchup for Bregman. So I do agree that Machado's slightly ahead, but it might be closer than you think.
It is a great point. And I'm not even saying I don't like Bregman. I just think that there's been, despite, like, they're both struggling, Machado's just been more productive while struggling, while Bregman has just struggled. Like, all of his hits are singles.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard what I said about his home run or if I cut out, but he absolutely murdered that ball. Like, it was not a windblown home run. He got it, and you could just see the relief fall out of his body. He's like, it's about freaking time. So maybe that sparked something in him, because obviously this is a dude that's hit 25 plus home runs a year for a very long time. So we know the power's in there. I think the matchup actually lines up really well for him.
Okay. 3,800 is a very good price for him. Any like really good value? I see like Akamoto is still too cheap, stupid. Kobe Mayo has massive power against left-handed pitching. We have Blaze Alexander, Colt Keith. There's some Caleb Durbin. I mean, there's some really good value plays down here.
I've noticed that the last week or so, third base has been an absolutely loaded value position. Loaded position from a value perspective is a better way to say that. I love the Kobe Mayo shout. I wrote him up the last time he faced a lefty because his 414 ISO or something jumped off the page, and he homered in that matchup. So it's probably higher than 414 at this point. But dude has raked against lefties. Blaze has traditionally had good splits against lefties as well. Love that shout. And Durbin has fixed everything since he got a new hitting coach. Like,
do you know who the hitting coach is? Have I told you this?
You did, but I think it's reverse. He fired Teacher Man.
He fired Teacher Man?
He fired Teacher Man and found someone else. So whatever was working for Aaron Judge was not working for Caleb Durbin. Because I looked into that a little bit. Like, once he started raking after you told me that, I was like a week and a half ago probably. And Durbin's raked ever since you said that. But I believe the story is that he moved away from Teacher Man to a new.
Wow. Okay. Maybe Judge sent him in as like an informant. Like, he sent him in as like, hey, go mess with this guy's swing, okay?
Sabotage.
Yeah, we had love that from Judge. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Durbin's been really good.
He has.
Really, really good.
The entire month of June. Like a 160 WRC plus. Like,
it's crazy.
He's been great.
You were correct, by the way. I just wanted to look it up on Kobe Mayo front. It did go up from 414. It's a 426 ISO now.
Jeez. Insane.
He has hit 7 home runs of his 10. In 68 plate appearances, he has 7 home runs.
I mean, if his ISO is over 400 and he's hitting 200, like, his slugging's got to be like 700 almost. Like, that's absolutely absurd.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting 190 on the year.
Well, that actually helps ISO when the only thing you do is hit home runs
for power. It's just like, it's so funny. He's hitting 295 against left-handed pitching.
Okay, so yeah, then his slugging is up at what, 795,
721. He is dude. He is a 295, 368, 721 slash. He's murdering. He's a 200 WRC plus player against left-handed pitching.
Insane.
He's a Hall of Famer. Send Kobe Mayo to the Hall of Fame right now. Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, a lot of good value down here. Not a lot else to say.
Loaded position for sure.
Oh, we didn't mention Sean Keys. Would you, super powerful dude against Peralta? I mean, super powerful. Would you play? They hit him 4th on Tuesday. Would you play Keys if he's in the 4-hole again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the matchup against Peralta, even though Peralta's down a little bit. But yeah,
right.
That's fine.
Okay. Shortstop. We have C.J. Abrams against a lefty. We have Gunnar lefty. And like a bunch of guys we've already talked about, basically. And then Lindor. That's the only other option we haven't mentioned. I doubt Seager plays, but I guess we'll see. What do you like at the top of shortstop here, Keith?
Yeah, both Abrams and Gunnar have been completely fine, lefty. So totally fine with either of them. I still think McGonigal, I liked him the best at third in the top range. I think I'd stick with him at short as the top play.
Yep. And like Colson looks great either position as well. It's like both of them, you could just flip-flop whichever one.
Honestly, with as much value as we just uncovered at third, I might play McGonigal and Montgomery at short instead of third.
True. I agree. I think that's a good shout because we'll get down here.
Unless we find a bunch of stuff down here. I mean, one dude that's leading baseball in RBIs over the last like 3 weeks. Doubled on Tuesday night. Now, that was against the lefty. He's historically been much better against lefties. But I talked about Buehler's splits already giving up more power to right-handers. Dansby Swanson's on fire. I don't know what to say. Like, he's on a heater right now. I almost never play him against righties, but in a win game, I might do it here today.
Yeah, pretty blah numbers against right-handed pitching. 152 ISO, 293 WOBA, 22% strikeout rate, but he has hit 7 home runs.
Yeah. He's done nothing all season until 2 weeks ago, and then he just flipped a switch and has been on an absolute tear ever since.
Right.
So there is that. It's elite hitting weather. And it's a winnable matchup against a reverse splits righty. So lots of good stuff in the Dansby Swanson bucket.
Xander's there as well, but he is just a boring fantasy roster. It's probably it, right? McKinstry you could play, of course. Monasterio will probably be in the lineup. They have they did call up Cam Cauley. I don't know if we want to play Cauley, but he's min salary.
Interesting. I haven't seen what he's been
He's
doing at the minors this year.
he's fat. He's really fast.
Really fast, great defense. I know. So more of a defensive prospect, I would say. But if he's breaking at AAA or something, which in the PCL, there's a good chance that he might be.
262 average, 360 on base.
Okay.
I mean, if you're getting on base at a high clip and then stealing a bunch of bases, like at 2K, he could. I mean, we like Cantillo, but just throwing out 2K play.
And to your speed point, has stolen a ton of bases in the minors, 70 grade speed. So legitimate speed prospect.
Outfield: Pete Crow Armstrong, Juan Soto top the list over $6,000. You then have James Wood and Cody Bellinger. That's your entire 5K tier. Is there anything you like more than the rest?
Not in particular. I mean, fade the best hitter in baseball at your own risk.
Yeah.
But like we talked, Buehler has given up nothing to lefties this season. His ISO allowed is under 100. Not that Pete can't get him, but it's not the best matchup. He will also get a couple of bats off of a bullpen, and if the righties get to Buehler and he's chased from the game before the fifth, you get into the weak part of that very elite back end of the Padres bullpen, which is a huge deal, as we saw in the middle innings here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you don't want to get into the back end of that Padres bullpen.
The back is lights out, but if you're needing a reliever in the fourth, fifth, and sixth inning, that's different from facing Morahone and Miller.
Yes, correct. Soto looks great. Other than the fact that he doesn't like playing baseball for the Mets, he looks great. We can always play. We saw him take Ronher Suarez deep and then followed up today. He is like definitively the streakiest player in baseball, right? Like number one with a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put PCA in that conversation after the first half he had last year and what he's done in June this year. But yeah, I don't disagree.
I mean, James Wood just goes through like 50 at-bat stretches where he's like literally Aaron Judge, and then he's who's the worst player in baseball? Like, I don't know. That's who he is. Like every 100 at-bats, he's like split in half between the best and the worst player. It's insane. But he's starting to heat up again, so we know what happens. Bellinger has been just dreadful, but he is a Hall of Famer at Yankee Stadium. He is. Yeah. He's a 1.1 dot play. He's a 1 dot player. What do you?
Yeah.
So you can get there if you want. What about 4K? I mean, you can play Tatis here as well.
Yeah, you can certainly play him in the outfield. Although second is probably the preferred spot. Happ is fine. He's kind of on that Nico Horner level for me. And if you look at Happ's season-long numbers, he looks great. He's been one of the Cubs' best hitters. It has been a rough June for him. While we've seen other guys break out, like Dansby Swanson, the guy right below him, and obviously PCA. Happ and Horner are the two that have really been struggling in the Cubs lineup. Not that you can't play him. It's a win game. He's a fly ball hitter. It's not the best split for Buehler, but it is the best split for Happ. He has far more power from the left side of the plate. So he's very playable. I strongly prefer Seiya Suzuki, though. Seiya is one of my favorite plays on the slate. I mentioned the reverse splits of Buehler. 4,200 for a man that hits 30-plus homers is an absurd price tag. He's had
a pretty good week, dude. He took Mizrowski deep and hit a game winner off Mason Miller. I mean, it's crazy.
Yes. And it dates back further. Clearly not affected by velocity, and his success dates further back than that. His whole month of June has been elite.
Yeah, I'm not trying to shortchange him. I'm just those two moments specifically. Like you get Mizrowski and Miller in 1 week.
Are there two harder arms to hit in all baseball?
No.
I mean, if you could tell me there's one guy on the planet you could eliminate if you have to hold a bat and get thrown at, those are probably the two dudes, right?
Yeah, I think Mizrowski would be one because we don't know what he'd be like in a short stint.
Yes, true.
Like he just threw 105 point. Yeah, he threw 105.5
as a starter.
Yeah, Mason Miller was a starter. We watched what happened. He wasn't.
No.
We don't know what the reverse is for Mizrowski. So yes, Seiya. I agree. I think Seiya looks amazing. and would be the preferred option over Hap. But obviously, with the wind, anything is possible there for
Yeah,
any and
and I
all.
do like Hap has a fly ball profile, and that's what we're looking for in the wind.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
think Benj looks really good too, with whatever Toronto throws out there.
Agreed. Yeah, they keep leading him off. So as long as they're
Yep.
going to keep hitting him atop the lineup, that I agree. Cedar Rafaela has been really good against left-handed pitching this year.
Yes.
The Red Sox
With
are
power too.
with power.
Yep.
They're scary. Actually, did you see William Abreu's hitting like 400 against lefties this year?
Yeah, no power from him, but I did last time I wrote him up against a lefty. I think they were in Coors is why I was writing him up, as like you just play him anyway. But yeah, just an elite WOBA, but not much power.
Yeah, weird one.
Yeah.
What
Jackson
about
Merrill's been so
yeah?
bad, but man,
Dude, he's so bad. He's been so
this
bad.
is this is the Jake Cronenworth but on steroids version, without the steroids though.
Without the steroids.
He's not Jake Cronenworth bad, but he's still bad, is what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah, no steroids for any of the parties,
No.
except Jurickson Profar, who no longer was obviously on steroids when on this team. Man, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
similar
it's one
to
of
the
those
Hap
things. I
or
don't know.
Bregman conversation. Like it's dudes who are clearly struggling, but the context around them today is so good that I could click the button. Like he should probably be 3,500 with what he's been doing recently.
It's true. It's
But
true. I wrote an article for Fantasy Alarm like 2 weeks ago, or a month ago now, on why I would never. I think Jackson Merrill is like an absolute bust for the rest of the year. So it's like hard for me. And just knowing what his like profile has been this year, he has been an awful baseball player. So
what, did he have a wrist injury or something that has just taken his power completely away, or what is going on with this dude? Because I mean,
I don't
he was
know.
looking like one of the best young hitters in baseball, and then it just
Yeah,
completely went away.
I don't. I
His
don't.
rookie year, he was awesome.
He was very good his rookie year. I don't have. I got nothing really. It started after last year's injury, and then I don't. The second half of last year, he was just really bad, and it kind of just hasn't stopped. So I don't know, dude. I don't know, but he's $4,000, maybe because it's a win game against historically bad. Like the split is really advantageous for him. Since Colin Ray came back to Major League Baseball, he just can't get lefties out, but. That's the only thing you'd look towards. You wouldn't actually look towards like any substantial data for in favor of Jackson Merrill this year. Poor guy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What about under?
Samad Taylor's been actually really good.
Yeah,
I assume he'll be in there. Like, not that he has a ton of power, but he's generally hitting at the top of the order and has been a very good hitter since coming to the Padres.
yes, very lucky hitter, but very good hitter. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes luck plays a lot into baseball, right? So sometimes we take the luck where we can get it, Keith.
Yep.
Carpenter home run for sure. You could play
Yep.
that. We didn't really talk Riley Green. He double donged. You could definitely play him as well. Just power against a struggling pitcher. Dylan Cruz against a lefty. He's hit lefties really well this year in his small
Yep.
sample.
Love that.
Conforto, would you play? They'll, people. I feel like managers don't look at analytics enough
This
because
is
they'll
a
play
this is a
Conforto.
fantastic case of whether Council will look at the splits and
Right.
play a righty in right field like Kevin Alcantara, or whether he plays Michael Conforto in right field.
You know what's happening.
This is what
Is
here's my lineup would be Seiya in right,
Yeah.
and both catchers, one of the catchers DHing. I think is what I would do.
Do you think?
So Kelly DHing and Maya
Do you
catching.
think Craig is going to play Conforto?
I think Conforto will be in there.
Yeah, because a lot of managers, I feel like, just don't look at what it actually like. I listened to Aaron Boone the other day talk about how Casey Mize is like traditional splits, and if you look at his splits, every year of his career he's reverse splits. Like I'm not sure how much data is going into it.
Yeah. And I will say, like, Bueller's are extreme this year, and they haven't always been extreme. Like, he's been closer to neutral in most of his
Right.
career. But, like, and I'm sure that if you ask Counsell that directly, he would say that sample size is a reason. Like, obviously, he looks at the numbers. Like,
Yes.
it's his
Yes,
job.
of course.
He's looking at it. He's just making a decision different than what we as day-to-day fantasy players are looking at and making.
Yeah. I'm not trying to
I would play
Kelly.
Miguel Amaya over Conforto. I mean, I don't have any issue with that. I don't think he's all he's cracked up to be.
Okay.
He is overrated and overpaid. I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah, you said it, not me. You can play Gavin Sheets here. Braden Montgomery is down here. Are there any other like punts that you would definitely look at?
Let's see. Nothing jumping off the page right away. We'll see who's in there.
Spencer Jones
Probably not going to play
for a home run.
Yeah. Is Penango still up for Toronto? Don't hate that. He's cheap. He is still up.
They just recalled Pinago because what did they lose there? They've been suffering so many injuries. I don't know when. Oh, Jesus Sanchez got placed in the IL.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pinago got called back up. I think that's probably it. You have your Alcantara 2K play, but they hate this guy.
Yeah, I don't think I think they would do the double catcher with Seiya and Wright over Alcantara and Wright and Seiya DH.
Okay.
But we'll see. Obviously, we need a lineup.
All right, speaking of lineup, let's get it built. Do you prefer Cantillo as our SP1, Gore? Like, what was your preferred top target here?
Man, it's really close.
Totally. I mean, we could technically.
Cleveland's been so bad. Yeah, the weather in Boston and Washington being elite against lefties, I just don't think we need to pay for them when we've got both of the 8K and 7,700 Cantillo. I think it's Cantillo ahead of Gore slightly for me, but it's really close.
Okay, we'll go Cantillo here to start because I would probably rank them that way too, but it's very close. So Cantillo, we'll just do one pitcher. Cubs top stack pretty handily.
Yes. I think Seiya's price is egregious.
Agreed.
If you want a punt catcher, go ahead and plug
you think
Amaya in there. Yeah. If they're both in the lineup, I would actually prefer Kelly, I think.
Agreed.
Amaya has been reverse splitsy, but Amaya will catch tomorrow because Kelly caught the night game, and then on the day game, Amaya will catch. It's just whether Kelly's DHing or not.
Okay, then we'll play Amaya. If Kelly's in the lineup, we're pivoting to Carson Kelly.
Yep.
What
do we want? Tatis and Machado?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so too. If I had to pick one of those, I think I'd go Machado over Tatis just because of how much Tatis has hit the ball on the ground this season. And I mentioned Ray being better at getting ground balls this year. But playing them both, I'm totally fine with too.
We also just know what the ownership's going to be on top. I mean, this game is going to just be so ridiculous. Low. Yeah, so ridiculous. Popular. We'll leave it there. We can give a chalky lineup.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? Do some ice.
I was going to try. I was going to try to find a contrarian play because obviously, if you start this way, a lot of the field is starting this way. I think. Without knowing what the ownership is going to be on Cantillo and Gore. Obviously, if that's a major gap, go with the lower owned one there.
Yep.
What was the spot that we liked that was more off the board? Let me think here. I think Boston, both sides are going to look really good.
Yeah, they're cheap too.
I think Alvarez is a good pitcher, but Boston's been so good against lefties that's going to be a spot, I think, to attack. Rafaela, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how popular he will be, but he's definitely a guy that I have a ton of interest in. We know he has the speed, and as you mentioned, the power against lefties has been real too.
Yeah, and the weather. I mean, it's 10 implied runs. It's been really hot in Boston. Such a really good park to hit in. And you mentioned, I mean, they're good. They're for how bad they are as an offense, they are good against left-handed pitching specifically. So I like it. We'll leave it there. Cantillo, Amaya, Machado, Seiya Suzuki, Cedon, Rafaela. We have $5,400 for a pitcher, a first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, outfielder. We will have 2 playbooks tomorrow. I will be on the playbook for the 12:35 slate. Keith will be on the playbook for the evening slate. You can catch both of those articles out on fantasyalarm.com if you are a Fantasy Alarm paid subscriber. You can get 50% off. You see it right now on the scroll, 50% off the first month all pro. You get DFS, you get betting, you get seasonal for all sports, 50% off. Literally, try it. Just try it. You'll see the data that Keith and we talk about, and then you'll see that turn into gold. Mostly, I mean, Keith has turned into gold. I mean, Keith is one of the sharpest DFS writers.
Don't sell yourself short, man. You're putting out some great content as well. Always.
But we are. I mean, again, we're doing for both slates, so you guys will get 2 slate write-ups for $19.99 plus all the betting content. Mark Lammy has had a home run pick. I don't know what out of every day in June, I don't know what he has hit, but he is on like an absolutely insane stretch for home run calls.
And Howard has hit a stolen base like every 6 days in a row or something like that. It's absurd. Like I don't know if people aren't familiar with home run props and stolen base props, they're not even money stuff. We're talking like plus 200, plus 300, plus 500 stuff. And there's one hitting every day. It seems like
it's been a really good run. So you get all that stuff for $19.99 for your first month. So join the family. You'll see the checkout right there. FantasyAlarm.com/YouTube. Promo code YT50. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube. We really appreciate that. As Keith mentioned earlier in the show, we will be back at 5 p.m. Keith and I to break down the 7-game PM slate. Because we have the morning slate, the PM slate. We will do this all over again with a different slate on the menu. But for Keith, I'm James. We'll catch you guys later. This has been the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS preview show. Peace.